What's good, y'all? You dog back here again in 2019. Let's get it! Now, what's left of it? No. Y'all know I'm a big fan of the martial arts and fighting. Y'all know y'all see death matches on this channel. Y'all know I love to talk about various martial arts. Y'all from MMA, boxing, pancreation, Aikido, Taekwondo, Tang Sudo, Bojutsu, you name it. Left Wii, Karate. What I decided to do, because you know how we have all-time great boxing debates. You have all-time great MMA debates. I decided, let's make this for real MMA. Let's bring some legends up in this piece and see how they would fare. That prime versus prime and see who comes out on top. In the left corner, a man who needs no introduction in the modern era. One of the most feared, baddest men that ever walked the planet. One of the easily the greatest boxers in history is none other than the true legend, Iron Mike Tyson. And coming in from the right side, another man who was a legend in his own right, was an absolute monster in collegiate wrestling, is a known MMA, if not legend, is known in the MMA game, former heavyweight champion, true legend in the pro wrestling game. He's the Beast, Brock Lesnar. Let's get it. Y'all, I listen. In these MMA debates, in these MMA battles, we not going light work. No, we taking it to the top. This may be highly contested between y'all. I know it. But we're going to do this how I do my other death matches. We're going to have 3 categories. And under each category, we have a few different subcategories. Starting with, as always, the attack category. We have 4. We have strength, which is physical strength, lifting strength, all that kind of stuff. Speed, which is combat speed. Now, we don't really, it's not so much travel speed in this resolve. So we got different fighters. Makes perfect sense. Techniques, which is self-explanatory. And destructive capacity / power, whether it be punching power, striking power, you name it. Starting off, here's the thing. Brock, Iron Mike is in his prime, the prime of Brock Lesnar. He's giving up damn near 40 pounds. So almost 50 pounds, actually. He's giving almost 50 pounds damn near. So there is that. And he's giving someone anywhere from 4 to 5 inches in height. I believe reach does favor, if I'm not mistaken, Brock as well. So Brock has a lot of the physical advantages. And in physical strength, that showcases. It's not that Iron Mike is weak, by no stretch of the imagination. But Brock, being the wrestler, being one of the greatest wrestlers, I would argue, of all time, being trained in that, being the bigger man, he has the physical advantage. So if it got in close and into the clinch, you gotta favor Brock, whether it be for taking to the ground or otherwise. Now, when it comes to speed, come on now, y'all. If you ever watch Iron Mike fight, Tyson was an absolute monster in the shift game. Even in his older age, I just watched a video a day or 2 ago where he was showcasing some tips to Francis Ngannou versus a guy like Tyson Fury with his size if they were to ever face up. And Mike still looks shifty fast. Almost look like his prime self. And he's what, 50s? It's like, damn, Mike, if you watch him in Eat Mon 3, look like a pimp monster. You can't fake that, y'all. He got his shift game. Part of the reason why he was so powerful and so destructive is his shifting was so damn quick and his peekaboo style. His movement is devastating. Now, that's not to say that Lesnar is slow, but he doesn't have to fight fast. It's just one of those situations. Think of shoot. I guess you can use somewhat. I don't want to use Luffy because Tyson doesn't fight like Luffy, but think about a character like Monkey D. Luffy, Straw Hat Monkey D. Luffy from One Piece, versus somebody like younger Toguro from Yu Yu Hakusho. Toguro doesn't have to fight fast, really. Because his size, he can just generally dominate. It doesn't mean he's slow. He just doesn't have to fight as fast. Luffy generally has to create greater speed because he's going up against larger monsters, right? And so that's the kind of situation. Tyson is used to being the smaller man. So that the size advantage might not be as effective in this fight as you would think. Now, when it comes to techniques, slight edge to Tyson. Here's why. The thing is, now while Brock Lesnar, yes, he's got the grappling and strike. He's pretty simplistic when it comes to the striking for the most part. Even if you want to throw in his professional wrestling grapples and stuff, most of them are pretty simple. You know, from the F5 and stuff. He doesn't try to wow you. He's the master of efficient fighting. But when it comes to Mike, my God, bro, my God, Mike's his movement game, and he hits you with from all angles with punches. He hits you from all angles, bro. It's devastating. Now, if it gets to the ground game, of course, you know, Brock has a lot of work there, but he's the king of ground and pound. So, some disagreement with me on that one, but to me, he really made ground and pound and took ground and pound to the next level. So there's that. When it comes to destructive capacity, unlike strength, I got to give this to Mike Tyson. Come on now. Mike Tyson was knocking fools out. Cold, as they say. This man was dropping fools. One of the greatest power fists in history. We've not seen Brock do nearly the amount of damage that Mike would do. Mike dropped fools and bigger men as well. So when you look at it overall, the attack category is not too surprising that the edge does go to Iron Mike. Now, when it comes to the defense category, we have, once again, 4 subcategories. You have reaction time, durability, stamina, and agility. When it comes to reaction time, this is no contest. It is Iron Mike. It is Iron Mike. Iron Mike fought against some crazy jab, and he fought against some legit speed. When it comes to Brock, we've seen Brock get rocked by some slower dudes. So take that for what it's worth. When it comes to durability, I have to give this is a tough one. This is a tough one. Both of them have had good showings of taking hits. Both of them have not had some not so good showings. So that one's a bit open-ended, a question mark. A question mark. It's debatable. I'll leave that one up to y'all. If you want to say they're on par, if you want to say Brock has more, if you want to say Iron Mike, neither of them, both of them are more offensive aggressive fighters. It's not that they can't take blows, but that's not their bread and butter. That's not what they're known for, okay? Like a guy like Nate Diaz is generally known for his durability. A guy like Rocky Marciano in the past was known for durability, for example. So there is that. As far as stamina goes, both of them are absolute monsters. Um, I want to say they were on par because I've from what I've seen with their fighting, I've never seen either of them when they did gas out. It was probably less trick. Like both of them generally have some really good stamina. It's not the greatest, but it's generally really good. So I think they would be on par. I don't see any definitive advantage in that category. I don't see if this fight happened to go to the distance. I don't see it being anything like either of them getting gas, and I don't see that either of them will be, it won't be that a Conor McGregor problem where he gasses out and that's the reason why he loses. I don't see that from either of them. So I think both of them are good in that category. When it comes to agility, neither of them is the most agile. Like, maybe give the very sliver of advantage to Iron Mike. I don't know. Like, neither of them focuses too much on agility. So I guess I would give, from what their fighting styles, you look at it, Iron Mike slightly, but it's not. It's like what are we talking? Sawdust light. So overall, I get the defensive advantage is it favors Iron Mike slightly. Slightly. It is not much to write home about. Now, when we look at the strategy category, I bring up generally three: location, fighting style, as well as fighting IQ. Okay. Location, if we're just going to take this to the octagon, all right, um, or whether in the ring or octagon, I don't think location really matters so much. Even if this was in the street, I don't really see it because their fighting styles, they don't revolve around environmental advantages. Their fighting styles are effective in any kind of environment. So that's fine. When it comes to fighting styles, again, you have with Iron Mike, you have the peekaboo style, which is great for a lot of head movement, a lot of when at his prime. Great footwork, some of the best footwork you ever see, some of the best head movements you'll ever see. Very difficult, very stiff guard. Okay, which would also and it gets low, and it would make it for, even though you would think, oh, Brock has such the advantage because of his wrestling, it makes it for where uppercuts and such come in hooks, low hooks, to where Brock might want to think twice before just trying to take it to the ground. He gonna have to think, cause I'm Mike. One good blow, gone, son. So you know the peekaboo style is like one of the best counters, if not the ultimate counter to Brock Lesnar's, if you want to say specialty of his wrestling. And when it comes to Brock Lesnar, elite wrestling, some decent striking, but mainly wrestler. Um, when it comes to fighting IQ, Mike Tyson was a fighting genius. He was a fighting genius. For those who, you can say some of it was just training, but if you watch his fights, the dude, he did stuff that is damn near impossible to replicate. As a fighter, I'm just letting you know it's ridiculous. He understood offense and defense and his transition and his positioning, both orthodox and southpaw. He was just as good in either stance. It's just a marvel to watch what he could do. When it comes to Brock Lesnar, he's a monster in of himself. He's got a pretty high fighting IQ. He's no slouch. He understands the fight game. Both of them have boatloads of experience. Overall, if I were to pick between them, I would bet on Iron Mike. I would probably bet like I would say a 55-45. Brock can definitely potentially get the W, but here's the thing. Brock's record in MMA is not the greatest thing ever. He's 5-3. Now he fought against legit. Like he's fought some legends. He's fought Randy Couture, Frank Mir and stuff. But 5-3 is still 5-3. Iron Mike, I believe, was 50-6. Like, records kind of speak for themselves. And even, whether you want to take his pro wrestling or not, he's had some great showings. He's had some not so great showings. Like, whatever you want to cut it, Iron Mike has the more impressive resume. He just does. And that's important here. Plus, he has advantages enough in enough areas that I got to give it to him. Lesnar can't win this fight. But if I was to bet on it, I have to go to the man with the iron fist. Unexpected one to like, like, comment, subscribe. It's in the morning, y'all. When I'm recording this. Jeez, bro. Like, comment, subscribe. Hey, I'm authentic out here. And there will be more matchups. The next one has to come. Woo! Hotly contested, hotly debated. I can guarantee y'all that. Let me know if there's any matchups that you want to see, and I will try to deliver them for you. We're going to mainly stick to legends, y'all. All right, y'all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Peace.